Welcome to my newest video on the most important muscles in the body. Muscles play a key role in ensuring that we are able to survive and thrive. Although it may not seem like it, the heart is actually the most important organ in the body that is also a muscle. It is the sole organ that allows for the pumping of blood throughout the whole body. This is why it is such a complex organ as well. It mainly consists of four chambers, which allow it to function like a modified pump. Let's take a deeper look at the heart. Is in the middle left of your ribs, right in the middle of both lungs. The four main chambers have the names right atrium, left ventricle, and right ventricle. The blood arrives at the heart through two main places, the aorta and the vena cava. The aorta is an artery and carries oxygenated blood from the heart to all the smaller arteries. The vena cava is a vein and brings in all the deoxygenated blood from the body into the lungs. This is why these two arteries or veins are the most important blood vessels of the body. Heart attacks are caused when blockages form in one of these blood vessels, or even in one of the smaller blood vessels. This is because cutting off access to the heart will lead to the lack of formation of properly oxidized blood and lead to cells not getting enough oxygen. Next are the main chambers of the heart. These are the right and left atrium and ventricle. The atriums are located on top of the ventricles, and they each take up about the same amount of volume of the heart. Each atrium has a valve leading to either side of the aorta or the vena cava. Each ventricle has a valve that leads to the corresponding atrium above it. These valves allow for the passage of blood between all of the different chambers. However, the blood doesn't just flow haphazardly between these chambers. There's a certain sequence that ensures that the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood stay separate from each other. First, deoxygenated and oxygenated blood flow and enter the right and left ventricles respectively. This is called systole. Then, once the blood is quickly oxygenated or deoxygenated depending on its type, it passes out of the vena cava or the aorta. This means that the blood stays on two separate sides of the heart depending on what type it is. Therefore, the heart is one of the most important parts of the body. It is considered a muscle since there are many tendons inside of it that contract and expand it in order to move blood in and around the heart. Surprisingly, this is how most of the muscles in a body work. Although it may seem strange, your arms, legs, and numerous other body parts are only able to effectively function due to muscles like the heart. This is why it's important to explore the inner workings of other muscles as well. Muscles have two basic parts, the muscle itself as well as the tendon. Since muscles cannot connect directly to a bone, the tendon is what allows the muscles to move the bone. They are usually made of a strong elastic material called collagen fibers. These are what allow for the muscle to do its required action multiple times over the span of one's life without excessive wear and tear. Although there are minor tendons located all over the body, the major tendons are located in the arms and the legs. They are connected to the biceps and the forearm in the arms, and the quads and calves in the legs. These four muscle groups together are what mainly allow most human beings to properly function, whereas a lack of function of the muscles along with the respective tendons would result in some type of decapacitating disability. However, none of the muscles in the body would work at all if it wasn't for the most important one of them all, the heart. All in all, muscles and tendons are one of the most vital functional body parts. They are what allow us to do many of the things that we aspire to do daily, from walking continuously for a new distance to competing in a large sporting event.